Hey everybody, it's April 29th, 2021. It's Thursday. Going to show a few trades from today. Also, for those who've been watching my last few videos, I've been doing an experiment where most all my trades are approximately a 100 tick target with a 50 tick stop loss, which contrasts somewhat with the 40 tick target, 40 tick stop loss method I generally employ. Now, in my webinar, I did show that on extremely volatile days, I often go for larger targets. But now, even on days where the volatility and the momentum isn't that obviously noticeable, and even when I don't see some of my price pattern setups like the impulse wave, A shape, W shape, I have found that when I'm going for larger targets, I don't always have the luxury of waiting for some of those patterns on my 5 range chart to show up. And here, this first trade is a bit of an example. Now, I went into this, we did have a big move down. There were a couple pullbacks. I like to wait till around at least 9:40, 10 minutes into the open. I don't want to go in the first couple of minutes of the open. You can see the whipsawing that happened. The first candle went up, then the second one was down. So I knew I wanted to get in this trade before I got past here. Why? So that my 50 tick stop could be above some of these swings. So I'm still definitely timing in on the 5 range chart. One of the big differences now is holding these trades through some kind of uncomfortable price movement, which is why a lot of times I'm watching the 5 range while I'm in it, but I'm also looking more at the 1 and 2 minute because it's smoother and it's a little bit easier on as far as stress goes. Now you can see this starting to move down. I'm up almost 70 ticks. In the past, if I'm up 40, 50, I just want to grab it before it starts doing some of the things you're about to see. Now I'm just kind of scrolling through here. But watch, see this price here? On here, it doesn't look so scary. Here, it's like, uh-oh, are we starting some buying waves coming up? That's the type of thing in the past that unnerved me. Now I'm holding through a lot of this, and I'm just going to forward a little bit more. And this price takes a little bit of time. I mean, this is now we're up to like 955, somewhere around there. 950, I guess. So I've been in it over 10 minutes. And popped about, I saw it bouncing. I got out at 77 ticks. But still, it's a pretty good trade. Right, this next trade was not that good. I saw it starting to move down. I should have paid a little bit more attention to where we were at price-wise. We had already really moved down. A lot of times it's going to need a bit of a breather. I saw this kind of impulse waves, got in this little second wave A, and that didn't work out. So second trade was a loser for 50 ticks. Okay, we pulled back a few more times, kind of saw a couple little tops here, started seeing a little pattern of moving down. And even though I would have liked price to have been back up here by the time I went short again, I felt with the sell-off we were seeing that this would work out. This was another one I was targeting around 100 ticks. And you can see it's not moving through that area that easily. And again, look at this. This one almost stops me out. I got lucky there, folks, no doubt about it. That was like, missed me by 2 ticks. Scroll forward a little. Okay, finally it starts moving down. Again, holding through a lot of little pullbacks, bounces. Way different than the style I was using before. Now we're up, we got up almost 85 ticks and it starts moving back. And I happened to notice something that made me not want to wait 100% to hit the target. We were getting close to 1020. And at 1020, a lot of times you're going to see a reversal move. So price pops down again. I'm hoping it's going to break down and finally hit my target. And I start realizing now it's 1020. What happens if we get that little reversal pop that I see so often? So I take profit, only about 57 ticks or so. But look what happens next. It never would have hit my target, and it starts moving up very quickly. Now what's dangerous about this is the 1020 move that I'm quite familiar with often is short-lived. It'll make a nice push, but then if you're in a strong trend, it can quickly reverse. And before I knew that, I might say, wow, a lot of buyers are coming in off this bottom and we're getting this impulse wave. I'm going to wait for my pullback, get in long, and that would not have been a good idea. And you know, especially now that I'm filtering more things out with this 1 minute chart and stuff. So it moves up. You'd have had to get in it right at the beginning to hit 100 ticks. And then it pops. So you can see that was the end of that upward move. Okay, a few minutes later, really starts showing a little downward campaign, bounces again from this support area, and it's still not the type of price. I wish it had been more up here when I go short again, but I decided to go short there. It's very tight, the stop, even with 50 ticks where I'm at. And now we've got to deal with getting through this level. And I knew if it could get through there, my next level of support was much further down. Yeah, the old me wouldn't have been too happy with holding through a lot of these trades. But I'll tell you, it's been a real exercise in patience and discipline. But the risk-reward ratio, I think, is starting to really pay off. And that was almost the full 100. It was probably around 90. And then this thing just kept going down and down. I mean, there could be a time when I sense this type of trend that, you know, had I got in somewhere around here initially, you could have really just rode this down. It never really lost any signals or anything, and this is a 1 minute chart. You could have really rode this out for hundreds and hundreds of ticks, but I'm not there yet with that type of staying in a trade and giving up a lot if you are wrong. But just showing that there was a very good trend in place. All right, I took one more trade this afternoon. I didn't have my screen recording software going, so I took a little screenshot. This one was basically a full 100 tick winner. This is right before it hit the target. We did get a little pullback and then a move back up. And I had broken even by this point since it was the afternoon and I didn't know what was going to happen, but that was one more winner. So the day turned out to be pretty good. And again, it's taking a little getting used to this system, but in the long run, and I mean over a period of a few weeks, so far my profitability has increased going for the larger targets. Some days I have a lot of wins when I was doing the 40 tick, 40 stop. Other days, just very hard to decipher the algorithmic type price action and just, really kind of stressful. This I'm just sort of setting and forgetting and maybe exiting if I really don't like it. And so far, it's turning out pretty good. All right, that's it.